Summit. Been working on some equipment up at Summit.
You don't remember his name, do you?
I did.
When I first started, those guys had been there, you know, the whole bunch of them had been there 30 years. I wonder if it was one of them.
Yeah, this guy retired. Yeah, we met there at Moccasin Creek.
Seen it.
There's a bank on both sides, or just room up the one. I had a load of wood going over to the East Coast.
In the winter?
Yeah. Every time I went home, I'd take a load of wood over.
Oh, firewood, huh? She's
a couple. Steel. And bent the wheel right back on his. He had one in on about 1936 Chevy or something like that. I had a Dodge. I had in 1936. He had kind of one panel.
Mechanic truck, huh? So what?
Hey! Come here.
So what year was that? What year that happened?
Oh, I don't know. John Barnum. I think I
Was he actually stationed in Nyack then?
John, yeah. They state tried to collect.
Ready. That's what we were looking at. That's what we were looking at there today, wondering how in the heck, you know, how they kept any width on that old road.
That was a hair raiser in the wintertime, boy, and it squeezed the snow up against it.
I mean, I don't know how they kept.
Exactly one way, you know.
No, you just can't imagine the rotary work they must used to have to do to try to keep a width to it. Those old trucks plowing. Like I told Jim, they weren't as good as his old power wagon did.
They had them big V's and too. Big V plows.
Just to keep it open one way. Just to punch through, huh? V plows on trucks, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'd like to have Wilbur's old slides. Wilbur Helberg, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta call him his.
It's hot out here.
I'm going to come over and work weekends with them. They didn't have anybody working weekends. I'd come over and plow snow over here and then I'd go home.
Spend the weekend over here, huh?
Boy,
Then go back and work 3 days on the east side? How many years did you do that?
Oh, it wasn't too long.
Hard to believe now.
Young, too old.
They just filled in underneath it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that, you know, because I remember Denny's underpass.
It's all built up.
They just filled it in with dirt underneath it. The underpass is still there, actually. The concrete. They just.
I was telling these guys.
I didn't know they filled in.
It was all cleaned up and ditches were all clean.
I guess the locals have been using it.
Yeah, I think this year.
Stacy told me that.
Yeah, last year they didn't, but this year I think they opened it up to local traffic again.
They weren't saying anything. They
Joe
just.
Bruner and I were the first men on that
Last year, remember that concrete went all the way across.
You and who?
Joe Bruner and I with the first grader on that road.
Huh?
Yeah,
What year was that?
yeah, 29.
In 29.
What do you mean you were the first grader on it?
Well, after the contractor got through it, we started maintaining it.
Oh yeah, it was just dirt then, huh?
Huh?
It was just dirt then.
Oh no, gravel.
Oh yeah, so I
It
mean
was
gravel.
beautiful. It was beautiful.
But you mean
All
that?
that big guardrail was brand new.
You mean they just built it?
Yeah.
They had just finished building it, and then you guys started maintaining it in 29.
Grading the gravel road.
We were maintaining that old road over the top, you know. Well, that was great. No rocks, no rocks to rake or nothing.
Yeah, before that you were taking care of that road that went straight over the top
yeah.
of the.
Yeah, just like walking behind a potato digger, you know. Big rocks.
Huh.
Really swinging the roller rakes.
How long did it take the contractor to build that road? Do you remember?
I don't know. They killed a guy there. They killed a gravel checker. Had them big old rubber tired trucks, you know. They're like the old army ones, you know. The iron wheels with just a rubber on it, you know.
Oh yeah,
Solid car.
solid rubber.
He was checking. They had checking the dumps. If he fell or slipped,
What was the story on
got
that?
all the gravel on top of the hill, you know, there. The lookout. There.
Oh, they did.
That was all red gravel. You know. It was pretty, really pretty.
Brought it off the top of the up above. You mean?
Yeah, that's where they had the crusher.
Huh.
I can remember riding with you in the pickup with you, and we went up on Looking Glass, and you met somebody from St. Mary, and we switched a tire in the back of the. We took a tire out of a great big tire, switched it from your truck to his, or his truck to yours. I can remember doing that.
Might have been Claude.
Being you met.
Probably they had that old. They had a wrecker, you know, with a little winch on it.
Yeah. Well, you met somebody up there. You know, you told somebody you'd meet them halfway, probably, and because they needed a tire or you needed a tire.
That's where Claude started, you know, at St. Mary's, they're fixing tires,
Huh.
grader tires.
That's just one of the. I can just remember it being Looking Glass. I used to always get. Dad used to talk about machinery and scenery, and I had that word mixed up. I thought it was. I did. Couldn't remember thinking it meant the same thing.
I had the shovel up there, and I was loading Bill Whitford and some other guy. I had 2-3 trucks. And Chuck was riding with Bill Whitford. He'd go to sleep. Bill drive back and forth, Chuck sleeping away.
Was Bill one of them that was killed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that story. It was the first 4-wheel drive end loader you had, I think, and you took it up there to clean ditches on Looking Glass.
Well, first that Austin Western, you mean?
No, it was an end loader. First was
Oh yeah. Well, that was.
You said the last thing you said to the guy not to get too close to that.
It wasn't a 4-wheel drive. It was just it had small tires
In the
in
front.
the front. Yeah, just like a manure scoop, you know. Or like the old.
Maybe it was the first end loader then, huh?
Oh yeah.
Just the first front end bucket you had.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was.
You you said the last thing you said to the guy, don't get.
Old Manny was dumping them, you know, and I told him, I said, don't let that kid get too close, because he was wild, you know, that Don Becker showing off all the time, you know. You got the front end dropped over in that shale, you know, soft shale. He went all the way down. He jumped off when he got near the bottom there and tipped over. Wonder if he didn't get killed.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'd went to St. Mary's at the time, you know. Sullivan called, told me to bring the time to St. Mary's. He couldn't get up there. So I took off, and I was coming back up the hill there, and I didn't see anybody working. I saw a bunch of guys standing on the bank. I looked down, I saw that orange. Oh man.
So you have to go down the wood with a cat then and pull it out?
No, we had a big old rounding truck with a huge winch on it. We got down in there and winched it. They fixed it up, you know. But
Oh,
It was brand new, didn't you say?
oh yeah. No, they had 3 or 4 of them.
what was the story on that trailer that blew over? That you got some? I still have a piece of that, a board out of that trailer.
Yeah, well, my headboard is made out of that. See?
Oh,
My bed,
oh yeah.
that's all made out of that.
I forgot that.
Yeah, I saved all that stuff when John Cook made the headboard for me.
Was it just a tourist trailer or?
No, it's pretty long.
Was it Park Service?
No,
Oh,
the guy who came from Seattle, he was going up to Alaska. He and his wife. They're moving up there.
Just a big pole trailer, though.
Yeah,
and the wind just blew her over.
yeah, they give him that windy point, you know,
Where at St. Mary's?
Looking Glass.
looking glass.
Oh.
Yeah, overlooking.
Well, it didn't blow all of it over, you know. I got the grader on there and I put a cable on it, you know, and set the blade down. Just all the pressure, I raised the front end right off the ground, you know,
Oh yeah.
and held on to it.
So it wouldn't blow anymore.
Yeah, it scattered all the way down. You know, all we saved was the running gears. I got a pretty good letter there, you know, from Earl Emmerich, you know, that wrote a nice letter about how he helped the guy.
Huh.
And we drug it back into East Glacier. They put it in the yard. She lost a diamond ring down there. I looked for that ring, Ralph. Never found it. It's still down there somewhere.
Huh.
We had a couple women get a flat tire this year, right down below that stretch we were driving up above on the old road. They were down there in Cascadale Flats. And typical morning. They were early. It was about 5:30. Morning 6, something like that. Dark out. They had the flat there, and she was out trying to find her jack and everything. I pulled up there, and she said, I was scared. She said, but then she said, when I heard that train coming, she said, it's when my heart just sunk.
Oh.
That train's right above me right there.
Oh. Man.
Oh, I thought that was funny, you know, because she said, I just about did her in with that train coming.
The hotel plumber, you know, he got blown off that road too, you know. And I was coming down the road just before you got to Windy Point. There's kind of a stretch before you get to Windy Point. And I saw the pickup go off of the road, clear down the bottom of the hill there. And I drove down there as fast as I could and slammed on the brakes, and I run down there. I thought sure the guy would be dead, you know. I didn't see how he could. He come walking out there. He had a big cut on his head, you know. He come walking up there. Oh, no, I forget what his last name.
So what years did you work on that looking glass? And it was from 29 to what? Until you moved over to 54?
No,
Yeah, the park was still maintaining it in 54.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
Park maintained it all those years.
Yeah.
Looking Glass, a whole
Yeah.
stretch from Kiowa
They
Junction.
had a deal with the state. The state furnished some of the money, I guess. And Emmert, he was a pretty good friend of the governor's, I guess. He got out of maintaining it over in there.
Yeah.
The old Blackfeet Highway, see, we used to maintain it from East Glacier clear to the Canadian line. You know?
Oh,
89.
Yeah,
the park near?
yeah. Had one, two, three, four road fronts.
Huh.
But the guy at Kennedy Creek, he maintained that Kennedy Creek to the line, and I maintained
Up to Chief Mountain. Up to Chief Mountain Customs?
No, Chief Mountain wasn't built then.
Oh, up to Cardston.
Yeah.
Up that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
He went to the line from Kennedy Creek and up to Babs.
Uh-huh.
His beat.
Yeah.
And then I had to, from Babs clear over Hudson Bay, divide down to the South Fork of Milk River. Then they had a guy at Cutbank, you know, and he maintained that. And then they had a guy at East Glacier that maintained Looking Glass.
What years would have that been?
Oh, I don't know, 33, 34, 35,
Huh.
36.
That was before you were permanent. Just before.